Good morning. I just woke up. Probably look like it. Um, I'm just gonna jump right into it. So today, I'm talking about the latest BookTube controversy surrounding Please Read Your Book or Carl, as some of you might know him. So I'm gonna start off by saying I'm basically just gonna kind of piggyback very loosely off of what Life on Books has said. Um, Bookish Brian has also kind of made some comments in some videos surrounding this. I really love his channel. I might tag them in the description in hopes that they watch my video. um, but yeah, so there was a channel's down right now, but there was a channel called Please Read Your Book, ran by a guy named Carl. He's a really cool guy, it seems. I liked his content. He did book reviews. He did. Sometimes he would kind of make commentary on the BookTube community. Unfortunately, I don't remember some of the titles, but this most recent video was 4 things I wish I would have known before starting YouTube. And it seemed to kind of oddly hit a lot of, strike a lot of nerves in the community. Steve Donahue made a response video. Christopher Russell made a response video. Christopher Russell took his down. Both these videos, both the response videos were like borderline mocking Carl. And honestly, the vibe I got from the response videos was that some of you guys have main character syndrome and think that you just need to comment on everything. And there was a little bit of snootiness in there, a little bit of pretentiousness in there, which everybody's allowed to be a little bit pretentious. We all have our hobbies or our things we like. But if you watch the response videos, you'll know what I mean. The first claim that got a lot of traction from Carl was the claim that no one watches book reviews, which obviously there was a lot of people in the comments. You know how YouTube works, that were saying, "Oh, I watch reviews all the time. I watch so and so for reviews all the time." That's cool. You don't have to have an ounce of critical thinking, or if you have an ounce of critical thinking, you know that that's not. You know better than to respond like that. From what I remember, I think Carl's point was just that book reviews usually aren't the videos doing the best. It's usually like hauls, reading recaps, things of that nature. Book reviews are tied to a single book, so it only gets views from that section of people who want to read the book or want some affirmation or want to hear another opinion. And Carl's honestly right. I don't think it takes a lot of critical thinking to know what he's getting at, like I said. But book reviews usually come around to being pretty good viewed videos. Like if I make a video on a book and then that book ends up getting banned, that video is going to come back around and get a lot more views probably. But yeah, I don't know. It was just there was a lot of responses. Life on Books made a good point in saying that Carl's video about reviews getting less views than other subjects, and then this video being the one that blows up, kind of proves Carl's point, which I think is just kind of funny because I feel like some of the response videos and comments, they don't see that. They're just in the moment, which I'm guilty of. I'm doing this right now. So yeah, that was one point he made this whole video is odd because Carl's video was very tame and people just got mad, which kind of says something about the BookTube community. I might get to that later, probably some hot takes, but yeah. And then one of the other claims was you're always wrong even when you're right, which is kind of crazy because this claim that you're always wrong when you're right, when you say something wrong or pronounce something wrong, when you get some background information wrong, Carl was saying when you get all that stuff wrong, they're going to let you know. Even if you're right about something, there's going to be, there's going to be well actually in the comments. You know, there's always Mr. or Mrs. Well actually. They exist. Things of that nature. I don't remember the finer details of that point, but it was just saying that due to the nature of the internet, you can do everything right and there'll always be a complaint. You can spend 30 minutes setting up your audio, you can spend 30 minutes setting up your video, and then someone's going to tell you look ugly, or oh, you need to put lotion on. Which that wasn't really one of the claims that people blew up about, but there have been a few people who have said like, oh yeah, well those comments saying you're wrong can be informational. And yeah, of course, another one of those, you don't have to have a ton of critical thinking to know that. Like if I say a word wrong and someone says, hey, this is how it's pronounced, that's a good comment. I enjoy that, and thank you. Like I'll probably respond and tell you I'm stupid. But I also feel like Carl is proving his own point in the reaction to this video. I'm not saying that Carl's word is law, or is set to the binary of right, you know. But the fact that you make a video and say every time, no matter what you do right, you're always going to be wrong, and then that video blows up and gets you hate comments and response videos that are disagreeing with you, I feel like Carl's proving his point again, which is kind of interesting. I think there was another claim he had about BookTube not being easy, which also got a lot of backlash, which is like honestly kind of stupid. Like the backlash. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you have a brain in your head, you know this isn't easy. Like, yeah, there definitely is an element of you can just turn on a camera. You can just get a crappy microphone and you can talk. And, you know, your personality definitely can do a lot of work on BookTube. Hell, you can probably have kind of a personality, but if you read certain kinds of books or really obscure books, like there's a built-in niche for that. But at the end of the day, there's still the YouTube algorithm, which literally no one knows how that works. So yeah, it's not easy. There were a lot of comments on the responses about, oh, Carl just wanted a quick buck. Carl just wanted it to be the hot button topic. He wanted his channel to just be like the big alpha. Yeah. But I mean, obviously, you know, there's lines that can be crossed, but I don't blame the guy if that was true. I don't blame the guy for wanting a semi-successful YouTube. I mean, I'd like a couple hundred subscribers and a couple hundred views of video. Do I get it? No. Do I have other things to distract from the fact that happens? Yes, I work 2 jobs. I don't put all my eggs in one basket. So I relate in this sense. Like, yeah, it's not easy. Do I wake up sometimes and wish I could get more comments and views? Yeah, but I'm just not like, that's reality is not always nice or fair. I think it's a little weird that people are just like, oh, he wants to make a quick buck. I mean, if you look at his channel, honestly, I don't think you get that vibe. People are treating this video like it was some sort of like last ditch attempt at views. And I mean, we won't know. But I think if you watch his channel, his channel's not around right now, but if you watch Carl's channel, it's definitely not that vibe. But yeah, overall, I don't know. It's like I'm still wrapping my head around this whole thing. But yeah, it's been a very weird little process, because this video, like I said, is really innocuous. It's almost tame to a degree, and then it has all this like backlash. But I think the people who are dishing out the backlash are like slowly reeling it back in, because they realize like, oh, like I'm proving Carl's points by getting angry and responding. Which like that sparks, like that kind of made me look at, reflect on my own thoughts about BookTube. Like I enjoy BookTube as a community, and I think it can do a lot of good things and has done a lot of good things, but good and bad are the are two sides to the same coin. They're like this close to each other. I feel like there's a lot of main character syndrome in BookTube. There's a lot of like weird competition to read, which I mean that's like human nature, but like every other day I see a channel where someone reads like something crazy, like 8 or 9 books a month. Each book's like 800 pages, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm like, you're not gonna remember what you read if you read that much. It's like information over. Your brain's not meant to know all that, big homie. Like, I'm kind of joking, but no, this whole controversy has been weird. I've made comments on this channel or I've made comments from this channel on Carl's YouTube account. And I hope he brings it back. Part of me is almost like, hey, like, you know, like you were critical of the BookTube community and then look how they treated you. And I think that is kind of crappy on the BookTube community's part. Because I think I have also seen instances of the community being kind of, I don't know the word, but kind of crappy towards people. I feel like if you don't fit a certain mold, if you're not some sort of maybe slightly obscure or I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot in my head right now, but there's a lot of channels out there that are like Steve Donahue adjacent, and I just have a hard time trusting them, and more so their viewers, not the people making the videos themselves. But there's like a certain cult element to the people that watch those videos. And that's not a knock on their content. I mean, I watched Steve Donahue sometimes and channels adjacent to him, channels in that kind of circle. And I mean, I enjoy their content. I don't think I would have a beer with them, but a lot of channels in that kind of lane, I don't know. I know this is probably out of line saying this, but I just have a hard time trusting them sometimes. And I feel like if you know, you know. And that seems to be where most of the comments and hate towards Carl is coming from, and I can't say I'm not surprised. That's about it. I hope Carl reinstates his channel. If not, I totally understand, because the BookTube community is very fire and ice, or hot and cold. Sometimes I've kind of seen controversy happen in the past, and I'm just like, you guys are making a mountain out of a molehill. Or once again, it goes back to main character syndrome. You get comments where it's like people are just trying to throw their thoughts out there, even if it does nothing or is not constructive. It's a lot of that right now. If he brings his channel back, excuse me, that'll be dope. Love the guy, makes good content. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry for the kind of scatterbrained video. I sometimes take like a little bit of notes, but not this time. But yeah, thanks.